Here's my first joint conversation about one of the current week's new movies with a guy who can give us some special personal insights into The Invite. Well, we have a special feature for you this weekend at the movies. My buddy John Herrick is going to do a guest commentary on The Invite. How you doing, John?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm good, sir. What is this, sir stuff? Yeah, John and I are good friends. We have been for years. John and I were movie buddies. Just about every Friday, we would go and see at least one movie together. We did that for a period of time until he moved away. But John has some particular insights on the movie The Invite. I specifically asked him not to tell me what he thought of the movie up to this point. I wanted to keep things spontaneous. So, John, I'm just going to throw it to you before I give you my opinion. What do you think of The Invite?
The invite, in my opinion, was less about what you might have thought it was about in the beginning of the movie, and it's more about conflict. I think that there wasn't a lot of action. Uh, my thing would have been more fighting action kind of movie, but as far as a movie with a lot of dialogue goes, it was a decent movie, and it definitely had a message for us.
Well, it's funny that you say that because now people that have watched my review are going to think we did coordinate this ahead of time because you said almost exactly what I said in my review without us conferring at all. So people
Oh,
are
that's
just going to have to
crazy.
take that on faith that we had not talked about the movie before this moment. So I'd like to get into whatever you're comfortable sharing about your understanding of this movie. Um, as somebody who participates in this type of lifestyle,
I don't think it was very realistic. That kind
in
of
what way?
Well, this was an experienced couple in the lifestyle who is
Mm-hmm.
talking to a couple who's clearly they don't even know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So to begin talking to them that way and then watching the way the couple interacts, a couple with experience in a lifestyle would never, ever, ever suggest what Penelope Cruz and Ed Norton suggested of this couple.
Really? Well, how do you get new people interested if you're not going to suggest they participate?
Slowly, slowly,
Okay.
and you gauge how they're feeling or what they're doing.
Mhm.
Obviously, if a couple's fighting about a shirt that they're wearing or the wallpaper, it's and they're doing it right in front of other people, it's not time to think that they've got the communication skills to be able to handle that sort of a relationship. And I
That's a
think that
very
that
good
was made
insight.
pretty clear as
Hmm.
the movie develops, without any spoilers.
That makes sense to me. I'm thinking that the the invite that was offered by the guests was really more of a way to sell the movie because even though that conversation is featured prominently, as you alluded to, and I'm not going to get into more details either to prevent spoilers, but the movie is about a lot more. You said conflict. That's, I think, appropriately vague. Again, without just explaining it and laying it all out there, what did you think of the larger meaning of the movie as a married man yourself?
The larger meaning of the movie, that's a good question. I think that the larger meaning of the movie, of course, was that about growth, development, conflict,
Mm-hmm.
relationships.
Yeah. You're a theater guy too. And one thing I mentioned in my review is with only four characters and only one set, it really felt like a play.
A little bit, yes.
Hmm.
Actually, quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah. And that's not a value judgment one way or the other, just in terms of describing the experience. It feels like a play. I think they did it that way to make it more intimate. Uh, no pun intended. Let me just ask you your opinion of how the movie ended. What did you feel when it ended?
I felt like it kind of fizzled out.
Okay,
I don't
interesting.
think the ending was strong.
It hinted at a resolution. It didn't quite show the resolution, but it let you know that there was going to be more happening in this story and with this couple based on the very last scene of the movie. And as a married man and somebody who's been divorced as well, and as an optimist, I liked the way it ended. I mean, I think one of the strengths of this movie is that it generates thought and discussion. Okay, whether it's
For sure.
about marriage in general, whether it's about the lifestyle discussed in the movie, um, whether it's about relationships in the broader sense, I think the script was really smart and the actors were very strong in setting it up and basically launching possible conversations between real couples who see the movie. Is that how you feel?
Sure, I'd agree with that assessment. Hmm.
Okay, so let me ask you this two questions. I want to ask if you would recommend the movie, but I want to split it. So, first question, would you recommend it in the context of its treatment of the lifestyle?
Probably not. If
Okay.
you're already engaged in that sort of lifestyle, it's really not gonna float your boat.
Hmm.
And if you're trying to learn about that, this is definitely not the way to go about it. As a general movie, sure, it's an interesting movie. Yeah, I enjoyed the movie overall. There was a lot of laughter, and people were definitely engaged.
But I give clap ratings for movies on a scale of 1 to 5. Before I tell you what I gave this one, how many claps would you give it, 1 to 5?
I would give it three.
3? Okay. Well,
Three.
we're pretty close. I gave it 4. But yeah, 3 and 4, that's right next to each other. So we just differed a little bit in degree. I know you're a big superhero movie guy. So I'd like to have you back sometime to talk about some new superhero movie that comes out. I noticed there's a Spider-Man coming out pretty soon. Are you interested in that one?
Absolutely. Supergirl, Spider-Man. Hmm. I would love
So
to come do a superhero movie.
Well, okay. Well, we'll have to talk about getting together and doing a guest commentary on that. But for now, John, I want to thank you very much for being here and for sharing your thoughts with us. And I hope you have a good time watching this review and that other people will too. And remember to tell all your friends about this weekend at the movies.
Thank you, Dave. Have a good day.
Thanks, John. Yeah, you
Bye-bye.
too. You too. You've been watching This Weekend at the Movies. Click on the logo that appears on your screen so you don't miss any of my honest, spoiler free, quick turnaround reviews of the newest movies in theaters in time to help you decide whether to see them opening week. You'll also get my retro reel reviews of terrific movies from years past with some connection to that weekend's new movies. And from time to time, I'll post some other movie related videos just for fun. Please let me know in the comments what you thought about this video. I love interacting with my fellow movie fans. My name is Dave McLean, actor, voiceover artist, and movie reviewer. Thank you very much for allowing me to share my love of movies with you.